What's going on, guys? Today we are going to be teaching you all a lesson about being imprisoned on territory when your flag is about to be burnt out. And so this KVK is basically over. Just some skirmishes here of people, building flags, just for fun. But this guy, who is 69 million power, is now officially off territory. And Kingdom 1034, they took advantage of knowing that the flag was just about to go down and imprison him so that he could not teleport off of territory. I'm not sure what he was doing over here because you have bigger players over here that you could imprison instead. But instead they decided to imprison this guy. I would assume he might be cheeseburgering, annoying the crap out of them. Who really knows? But like I said, today we are going to be learning a little lesson here about understanding that even if you are on a flag, if the flag is about to be burnt down, you can still get imprisoned, and then when that flag is gone, you can't teleport. And these two are very lucky that they are not the ones that were chosen because odds are this guy will be fully zeroed unless he is very, very good about getting troops out. He can hide them in these two cities, which is something he should be doing here. We will see if he does do that. Hopefully he is online and understands how to manage the situation with an imprison. You can see a lot of people up here fighting a little bit, distracting as much as possible, but people are going to teleport in because ultimately they are probably going to be able to loot this guy as well. Because in Siege of Orleans you aren't able to invade Zone 4, and obviously people want resources, and so they are going to want to zero as many cities as possible. And so when you have the ability to imprison somebody, and it looks like he is online because he did just heal his hospital. He was just under 69 million power, and now he is 69.5 million power, so he did heal back some troops. You can see more people teleporting in. We do have a rally on the city. Looks like this guy is going to be doing the rallying. He has done a lot of rallies during this KVK. Really, really good player. Let's see what he's going to be using for the rally. Looks like he might be doing a Tariq rally unless he has not changed his commander view just yet. But we will most likely see a second imprison, would be my guess, from one of our other enemy camps. I would assume, unless they don't have one available, but if they do, we probably will see a second imprison so they can fully zero this guy. Hopefully their kings are not online. That way this guy does not get fully zeroed, but we'll have to see here what happens. I will message him, and hopefully he will send us some reports here as well so we can take a look at them on the video. But we are going to wait for this rally to come in, and then we will get right back to the video. All right, so we do have the rally incoming here now. We also have a second rally on Bro Poison right here. Not sure if this guy is on it. Looks like he is. He is emoting a little bit. But I did give some advice to Amazing here. And so he will be sending us reports. So hopefully the reports are in his favor. Not really sure if they will be, but we'll have to see here. But some advice I gave him here that you guys can follow here as well is hiding troops in these cities if you're able to. Making sure you're ready to heal your hospital after the rally ends is huge. That way you don't take a ton of deads and you can heal that hospital immediately. And then also on top of that, making sure you have resource tokens available to do so. Because if you don't have those resources available, you're not going to be able to heal that hospital immediately. So we're going to hopefully see that he is able to do that and hit heal right away. That way he is able to maintain as much power as possible and not take a ton of needless deaths. There's 2 minutes left on the imprison. Here is the rally. We got a Henry rally coming in. We'll have to see what the secondary is. Looks like this is a Henry Zhuge Liang. And we'll have to see what the garrison looks like here as well. We got a Flavius garrison. So far, the normal attack damage definitely not in his favor here. We already see a swarm. So he's got to heal this hospital like right away because these guys are already starting to swarm. They are not going to do a second rally. They are just going to go straight into a full swarm here because, this is 1034. They don't care. They are going to swarm down your city. So we're going to hope to see his power maintain above 69 million because if he does, that means he is healing his hospital. So right here, you have to be ready to heal that hospital in that tiny little break there. So he's down to 67.7 million power. We'll see if he does jump up. I don't know if he will, because he did get that carriage, and that typically takes up your entire screen. You're not able to go into your hospital. Down below 67 million power. Let's see if he's able to jump up here, down to 66 million power already. Thankfully, he does have a Flavius garrison, so he does have, you know, something usable. We'll have to see when we take a look at the report if it's actually, you know, leveled up, or if it's just, you know, a Flavius. Because, you know, sometimes people have Flavius unlocked or other garrison commanders unlocked, but they just don't have them invested in. He's down to 64 million power, down 5 million power already. You can see more of these carriages coming around. I'm sure he will get a lot of rewards here for, you know, taking all these deads. He's now down about 6 million power total. Doesn't look like he's up that many kill points, and it does not look like he has been able to heal his hospital either. We got 15 seconds left in the imprison, so hopefully he's got a peace shield here that he can pop. Otherwise, he will be able to teleport out unless we do see a second imprison. Although hopefully he is running out of his war frenzy and is able to shield. But we have the imprison gone, so he is able to teleport here now, but he is still getting swarmed down. Let's see if he teleports out, because he can teleport here. And I'm not sure why he isn't, unless he doesn't know that he can teleport during a swarm. Or he's just taking the deads. Who really knows? You know, maybe he wants the dead troops. Maybe he wants to lose power here. He is now down to 61 million power, down from 69.5 million power. So he is down nearly 10 million power now. Probably going to come on to 10 million power here shortly with all these swarms. And there is the teleport. So down to 60.6 million power, the end of those rallies and swarms. We'll have to see how these reports look as well. Let's see what he is down to total. He's down to 60,606,000 power, 1.123 billion kill points. And you can see again, he did have Flavius. I'm assuming he had Scipio as a secondary, although he probably would have preferred to put him in the Iron Guard instead of the Drill Master. That way he could have had the 1% health on top of that instead of the 1% attack, because, you know, that's not super helpful for a rally in a swarm situation. So we'll have to take a look at those reports and see how he did. So here we have the report from the rally side. And so you can see this was a Henry Zhugelang against a Flavius Scipio, which is a good garrison for your city. However, not the best against swarms. You know, Flavius is really good in, you know, 1v1 situations, but in swarms, not the strongest commander, especially with a Scipio secondary. So we can see 107,000 deads for the rally, 618,000 sev wounds for the city garrison here. 1.6 million kill points versus 7.6 million kill points. He had 2.8 million troops, so he had a good amount of troops here. We can see he had a good amount of T4, a lot of T1 siege here as well, which really sucks. He did take 79,000 T1 siege severely wounds, which really hurts to see, because ideally that would have been something that he put into the city next to him. And same with this T4 siege, because you really don't care about that. And these he could have just deleted, because, you know, that's not giving him any value whatsoever. It's just adding to the sev wounds. That's, you know, he's probably taking T5 dead instead of T1 dead, which you definitely would rather have the T1 dead instead of T5. So that's kind of unfortunate that he did not get rid of that siege or the other T1 troops, because that did take up some spots in his hospital. When taking a look at the troop buffs, you can see for the rally, he had the archers led by this commander gain 5% increased defense, not the best skill. When troops led by this commander consist of only archers, they deal 25% increased skill damage. At the same time, archers deal extra 5% damage to infantry units, so that definitely hurts the garrison here as well. Plus a 25% increased skill damage is insane. And the last skill, archers led by this commander gain 15% attack and 15% defense. Then for the garrison here, we have Charles Martel's skill, which is 20% defense, 20% health, and 20% march speed. Then we also have troops led by this commander take 10% less damage, and infantry units gain 10% increased health, which is solid. And then 50% increased skill damage from Sun Tzu, which is a really good skill. And then we can take a look at the total amount of buffs here for the percentages. You know, really, really good stats for the archers, which, you know, you would expect from, you know, the archer rally lead. All damage is insanely high, really, really good. Iconics here on the gear as well. You can see very, very good gear on the rally, not as good gear on the garrison, but still pretty solid. And then the infantry stats here are actually pretty decent as well. You know, the attack is lacking a little bit, but really good defense and really good health there as well. So, you know, a good garrison, but, you know, against a Henry's Huge with those skills and, you know, just a swarm, it's just not really going to go very well. And so he did send me the gear he was using for his garrison. So you can see he does have pretty solid gear. He does have one special talent on the helmet and then also on the Crux Humility as well. But he is running basically what I have. This is actually almost exactly what I have on my infantry set. Except instead of the crit helmet, I have the crit horn. But basically the same exact set that I have in terms of, you know, Hope Cloak, the Eternal Empire set, the 4-piece set on the helmet, the shield, the gloves, and the boots, and then the ring and the horn. So he did have a really solid lineup here. He did have Flavius Expertise, he had Scipio Expertise, so really solid, you know, garrison combo for this player, and really good gear here as well. You know, not being like a garrison lead or anything like that. You know, for the fact that he was caught basically off territory and, you know, wasn't expected to get in prison, he did defend very, very well. We did get the reports here from Amazing. So this was the first one. This was from the rally. And then we can also see the swarm. So really good swarm here from the Boudica Huge. You know, having 400,000+ troops definitely helps a ton. And then we also have a couple more swarmers. They swarmed pretty late. You know, some of them did. That first Boudica swarm was pretty early. They traded very, very well. We can take a look at this next one. This is full swarm. So you can see the trade is really, really good for the enemies here. 3.5 to 1.3, 77,000 dead to 255,000 dead. So you can see the swarms here were really, really solid. We'll go on to this next report here. Once again, 3.4 million kill points to 1.2 million kill points, just under 100,000 dead, and then 279,000 dead. This was probably the one tanking. Definitely a sucky report for this guy right here. Let's take a look at what he has for troops here again. Still has siege that's in here, which really sucks to see. So he is taking siege deads there. And looks like this guy did get rallied, but he bubbled before, you know, he took any deads. And then here the next report, 2.7 million kill points to just over 1 million, 63,000 dead to 225,000 dead. Take a look at some of these, you know, these swarmers. Holy crap, that one did really well. This was the rally lead originally. Really solid swarm there as well. Next year we have 2.5 million kill points to 862,000. You can see he now has just over 1 million troops remaining. So he's taking much worse trades at this point. Here he has still just over 1 million troops remaining. 2.2 million kill points to 757,000. Next one here, you know, he is getting very, very low at this point. 1.75 to 592, under 1 million troops at this point here. You know, he did not get fully zeroed, which is good. However, he did lose quite a bit of troops here. You can see some of these swarms were really, really positive for the enemies. And, you know, in general, very, very positive. I'd be curious to see exactly how many kill points he gained total from all this. You know, it wasn't a ton. The swarmers and the rally definitely traded much better than he did. But, you know, you would kind of expect that from a kingdom like 1034, because pretty much all these guys are going to be max tech, you know. And so they're obviously going to trade very, very well for, you know, swarming a city that's, you know, 60 million power. That was the last swarm there. So in general, you know, like I said, learning a lesson here. If you're on a flag and it's burning and it's close to being, you know, gone, and you're going to be off territory, move before you get imprisoned, especially if you are being a nuisance to them. If you are city popping them, or if you're like a well-known person in the game, you are going to get imprisoned, and this is going to happen to you. So you have to be aware that even though you're on territory and, you know, you're safe for the time being, the imprison will last longer than the flag in a lot of times. Like today, for example, the flag was still there, but it was going to be gone in a matter of a minute or two, and he wasn't moving, and so they took advantage of it, and they imprisoned him. And I think the reason why they chose him is because he was probably the most recent one to launch an attack. They probably hadn't attacked in a couple minutes, and so choosing the person who had just launched an attack, that gives them 15 minutes of war frenzy, because when you have war frenzy, you can't P shield for 15 minutes, and so you're stuck there for that full imprison. And so 1v in 1034 definitely took advantage of that, and they taught him a valuable lesson. I'm sure he won't make that mistake again. But I saw it happening, so I wanted to make a really quick video on it, just so that you guys are aware of what exactly happens when you are on territory but your flag is about to be burned down. You can still be imprisoned while you are on territory, and then you are stuck there when your territory is gone, and then you're susceptible to being rallied and swarmed like this player today. So make sure you guys don't make that mistake yourselves, and I'll see you guys in the next video.